guys, David Clayton here with GuitarBreakdown.com. Welcome back to another lesson. This time we're really excited to be doing the first of many lessons we're going to be doing on the amazing, super talented, holy crap he's incredible, Shawn Tubbs. If you're not familiar with him, click the link in the description below. That will bring you to his YouTube channel. Shawn's a Nashville session guy, and he's Carrie Underwood's guitar player, and he's just absolutely incredible. If you check out his channel, he does a lot of gear demos as of the last year or so, and they're incredible. They're high quality productions. The first minute and a half are performances where he layers guitars, and then he talks about the gear he's using. But the thing that really caught our ear was every single video we watched, there was at least one or two crazy licks that he does, and they're usually at really fast tempos, and he does a lot of chromatic movement. So we transcribed about 5 or 6 of these ideas, and we're going to break them down in some future lessons, but this is the first of those lessons. And his chromatic movement is really interesting because each time he does something, he has certain things that he uses, like concepts that he uses to get him through the fretboard. And we'll discuss a few of them here, but each one is really unique, and it's just great hearing him play. So check him out. If you like this and you want to see more of Shawn Tubbs stuff or anything, just write in the comments below. Let us know what you want to see. Click like, share it. All these things really help us know that you guys like what we're doing, and let's just get to the lesson now. So this section of solo we're going to go over. If you click the link up here, you can see Shawn playing it in its original goodness. And if you click the link below in the description, you can grab the transcription, and at the top of the transcription there's a time code where this part of the solo actually happens. Now we're not going to go note for note through this whole thing. We're just going to go over some of the concepts. We'll walk through the whole thing, but we're going to do it really quick. But use the tab to really, break down these concepts for yourself. Come away with more than just a solo, but some really good solid concepts and ideas. And he plays this so fast, so really take your time with this. Even to work this up to tempo for me took a couple days, and I still fumble on a bunch of the parts. So real quickly, just so you know where this is coming from, it's in the key of F. There's one flat, so you have, if you look at an F major scale, you have F, G, A, B flat, C, D, E, F. Okay, so there's one flat in this whole thing. But the reason why I point that out, there's a whole bunch of chromaticism. The way I look at this is it's based out of really C mixolydian, because for the most part, the chord that goes underneath this is, he's playing this G to a B flat to a C. And if you harmonize the scale, you kind of get G minor to the B flat major to a C dominant 7. And you'll see in a lot of the ideas that he does here, he's outlining a C dominant arpeggio. It's a really cool device that he uses. But anyway, for the most part, think of it as having all natural notes, one flat, which is a B flat, and then everything else is kind of chromaticism for the most part. Anyway, we did talk to Shawn briefly, and he was mentioning how, yeah, he really doesn't think about a lot of this stuff. He uses his ear to guide him, and it really shows. A lot of these things, if he was really at this tempo thinking melodic minor here, the altered scale, or maybe to think all that stuff is almost impossible, especially at this tempo. So a lot of the stuff he does, you'll notice, are shape-based. So he does a little bit of an arpeggio here, or a 2-note shape, and he moves it down a half step. And it's really cool devices like that that you can easily incorporate into your own playing. Anyway, enough talking. So the beginning of this lick is, and that, if you look at that, the very beginning is just, right, B, a C, mixolydian, okay? Then he throws in this either G flat or F sharp, which obviously isn't in the key, and that looks to me more like a B minor arpeggio. Right? And that obviously doesn't fit in the key because you have a B flat or a C, but a B, you start getting some outside tones. So that to me suggests that he's just doing, not thinking of any other outside scales, but he's just thinking of this major or minor chord shape. Then he goes to that little shape. which is just the 13th fret of the E string to the 15th fret of the B string. And this is a cool little device you see all the time. You can just take that little shape to get you to get down from, say, like E minor pentatonic. First shape, second shape, right? You could use that, right? And that got me from one position to another with a nice little outside-y chromatic movement. So that's what it seemed like he was doing to me. Mixolydian, a minor arpeggio to a shape. Then he does this, the 12th fret on the E string, 13 and 13 on the B and G string, which is kind of another arpeggio shape. And again, not to get, we're already getting into too much theory, but you know, so those are the little shapes that I see as this goes down. And if you notice, it's really moving just slightly half step down in the scale. Then he goes right into this, which is, if you think of, again, 1 flat, B flat, there's your B flat. Everything else is F, E, D, C, B flat, A, G. But he goes, so you have, right? Now, if you look at that, again, we're targeting a C7 chord, basically. So you could play C minor pentatonic over C7 and throw in that major third. You know, you have your C dominant 7 arpeggio there. Right? So this note is your flat 9, which is always a cool thing to play over a dominant chord or play over a lot of chords. Then you have the dominant 7, the 6th, and that which is the 5th, right? So it just sounds really cool over this 7 chord. All right, so there's a little motif too. So far you have and now, if you look at this, he's in this C minor pentatonic position that everybody knows, that kind of first pentatonic you learn. And he's just doing, and that's that little 6th to the 7th bend. Then he's going down pentatonic, going up from that minor third to major third, so you have still pentatonic. Then he does this, slides down to the 6th from the flat 7 to the 6th. So you have, and he just walks down chromatically from, you know, your minor pentatonic. You have that flat 5 in there to the minor third, and he bends that up slightly. So the whole thing is, and I kind of missed a part in there. After he does that, instead of just walking down, he goes, he rolls over and does that pull off. So that's the whole first section, and I'd take it in those little parts and just take it slow. Right? Then he gets into the next section, which is really cool. This is where he starts really outlining the C dominant 7 arpeggio or chord.